Hey there, old worldians. It's Velocirix, and I'm back for another first 50 turns video. This time, I believe we are going to, if we're doing them in order, I believe Egypt is on deck. Egypt is on deck. So, with the Pharaoh shot put or whatever the hell she is. So, we will fire it up. We're, again, just to review, using the noble, so anything we talk about here will work on this level of difficulty or below, using standard map scripts. Nothing changed in here. The only difference is I'm using the red mod, which changes my uh, user, the units, the way the units look a little bit. But that is it. That is the only difference. So let's check it out. First and foremost, Egypt is not a combat civ like Rome and Assyria and some of the others. Uh, they are, most of their powers are economic in nature. They get free bonus stone, they get extra productivity for farms along river tiles. So, this tile, for example, is going to be kick ass with Egypt in charge of it. They get their terrain tile improvements are cheaper if you build the same tile adjacent. So I build this farm at full price. If I build a farm here, it's 25% less. So, and you can leverage the power of that. Like, for instance, if you get the Great Ziggurat as Egypt, uh, then that also gives you a reduction in price in tile improvements, and they stack. So Egypt can terraform and improve tiles for very cheaply, especially if they get the right wonder mix. So family wise, we got the riders, important because the Egyptian unique units require horses. If you don't have horses, you don't get to play with your UU. They got the landowners, which gives you extra growth in each landowner city's culture for crop resources, like that wheat over there, which we won't get from here, at least not on turn one. They train rural specialists faster, and the family seat can buy tiles. So right off the bat, if we wanted that wheat tile, we could found this as the landowners and then use our little worker to go out and, or any unit really, go out and buy these tiles. Probably just buy this one, and it should snag us the wheat. So that's a pretty compelling argument in favor of making the capital, founding the capital with the landowners, is right there. Clerics, when you found, they get less unhappiness, and they can always build religious improvements. And when you found your first cleric city, you found a religion. Handy, very powerful. And then the sages, if you've watched the Babylon video, they are your research hounds. Founding their capital unlocks inquiry, which will speed your research along. Very nice. Their specialists produce extra science. Their urban specialists cost less for you to build, and you get 2 civics a year uh, from all sage cities. So, since Egypt's powers are mostly economic in nature, these three families are the bomb. If you're wanting to try and play a peaceful Egypt game, this is the builder dream team right here. These three. You can take one of those out and swap it in for the riders if you really want to use their unique unit. And their unique unit is good, but it's not same level good as Babylon's or well, Babylon's is, I think, the best. Uh, but Persia's cavalry is really good, and Greece's unit is situationally good. It's better on defense, or at least as good on defense as it is on offense. So all the units are good. Some are next level good, and Egypt's is not that. Egypt's is better than regular units that you can normally access. The main advantage, though, is it doesn't take a lot of resources to build, train, and maintain Egypt's special units, and that dovetails with, since their special units don't take a lot of resource, and they're making more resource than you probably anyway. That's, a big win for Egypt. Now, I am going to found the capital as the landowners because I do want that tile. And right off the bat, we find Babylon. I want to keep the peace with Babylon. So I'm actually going to sell. Oh, I got to sell more than that, don't I? Well, okay. I'll sell enough resource to maintain. Let's look at the tech tree. I hadn't expected to see Babylon that damn early, but okay, whatever. So tech-wise, Egypt starts with ironworking. That's what lets them make their starting warriors. Stone cutting, which automatically unlocks the stone boost card, and you'll notice we already got 600 stone, so that'd give us 8. And labor force, which lets us adopt slavery or freedom. Get one extra. So right now with one city, we would get one extra point of research or one extra unhappiness and 5 orders. 5 orders this early in the game, that's pretty compelling. Might be worth taking the extra point of unhappiness early to get more orders and then swap to freedom a little later on. We'll consider that. Slavery is more powerful in the early game and loses potency over time. Freedom starts off kind of suck in the early game and gets more powerful over time. So it's kind of a balancing act between those two, depending on what you want, what you can live with. But since we already have a bonus card unlocked, we don't want to take a tech that will unlock another one. Now the good news is none of these do that. So the question is, which tech can we make more and better use of on the map? Probably not administration. Treasuries are nice, granaries are okay, but we only have the one food special tile as I recall, and we don't technically even have it yet. So that's kind of a non-starter. We do have one, well, okay, we have one camp type item, 2 camp type items that we could get with tile purchases. So 2 tiles, that might be worth it to get trapping, and it would also let us build some slingers. Divination, solid choice. Egypt has some pretty good shrines, especially the Shrine of Neith, which when you build it, any ranged units that you train out of that city automatically get a level. So you get a promotion just right out the gate. That's pretty cool. So we could do that. We could go that route. Of course, the problem with taking divination specifically for the Shrine of Neith is we can't actually build ranged units yet. So that does kind of put us back in the mindset of taking trapping first. But whatever. I mean, there's other shrines available. If we decided to go this route, we could build. So we don't have to build a Shrine of Neith. So whatever. I think I am going to go trapping first. Not only because we have a couple of tiles we could theoretically make use of, but it would give me the ability to build more types of troops. Now, Babylon close, but they are also on the other side of those mountains. Now, it's probably a pass, maybe right there, maybe up here. No, not there, but maybe here. Nope, not there either. Nearest pass I can tell just from looking here is right here. That's still close-ish, so me and Babylon could come to blows at some point, but I would not call that an immediate concern. I mean, it could quickly grow to be a concern, but right this second, we're not too worried about it. We also got the Thracians nearby, and that's it. Oh, we got one ancient ruin. We got one ancient ruin. So we got some options. Not as many options as some of the other starts that we've seen. If you watched some of these previous videos, we come off with, I think, a little bit better of a start than this. But this is certainly, I mean, this certainly has some potential. So I'm not too worried about that. Um, Now, one thing that's interesting here is that we start with an heir, and the heir is old enough that we could do some training. Now we don't tutoring if we get a scholar. We don't have that capability right now, but it's something that we can keep an eye out for. If we get the opportunity to train our heir, we can start to groom her to be the kind of leader that we want her to be. So the first question is, what are we going to do? Well, ideally, I'd like to find a free city site now, preferably, or close to now. We got two choices, I would say. We either go north, following the river, which puts us kind of closer to where I think Babylon and I could actually have more interaction. So don't know about that. Or south, we got a river that forks off, and there's a couple of options down here. We got a river here that may lead to probably a barbarian camp if I had to guess. So stuff to do. Let's check out the general situation. We got a couple of options. We got Newt the Cunning, I'm gonna call him. Uh, Gives me a 6% chance to critical hit and provide 6 XP a year to my warrior. I like that. Uh, Queen gives a point of movement and 10 XP a year. I like that. Don't really like was it Iris? Isis. Yeah, I don't really like Isis the Extravagant because she will hurt my defense, and I don't want to get hit harder when it's the AI's turn. So probably going to give her a pass. Unfortunately, neither of these will uh, allow me to heal in neutral territory. That's what I'm really interested in early on. But okay, we'll keep that in mind. Uh, what we got over here? Gems. All right. I really want to be able to farm this tile. I can't farm this tile because we don't own it. So first thing I'm going to do, come out here, and can he? Yes. Well, he could buy this tile if we had the money. And you know what? We can get the money. So let's do that. And wouldn't you know it, but when we bought this tile, it also extended to include the wheat tile because the game is smart enough to intuit that we didn't want to just buy this tile because we wanted this particular piece of real estate. We're doing it so we can get to this. Now we could probably next turn come out and buy here and wind up with the stone too. So we may consider doing that. Don't know. Anyway, since we did that and it cost us a little modest sum of money, we can now come down and get busy, and you'll see already the effect of um, Egypt's uh, farms on river bonus, because normally a wheat tile like this would only give us a +2 growth, but this is going to give us 2.8, and that's going to speed our production of the settler along. It's going to save at least a turn off the production of the settler. So I would say that's a pretty good play. And now we still have 3 orders left, and we have our scout. So I'm gonna come out here. Ooh, okay. Now, oof, this is an agonizing choice because it would be awesome to get some early culture, but Egypt can build a basically with that free stone we get the wonder of our choice anyway in the early game. So culture not as big of a deal, but the problem is again I've already got a uh, I've already got a bonus card unlocked, right? So if I take that tech, it's going to unlock border boost. And oh, and also note that I get this tech even though I don't have its prerequisite because it's just something we discovered. We didn't have to like methodically research it. We just poof found it. So I am going to take that tech because our research sucks, and anything I can do to get a free tech that's pretty awesome. But it does mean that we may, luck of the draw, have to choose between more stone and a border boost, and that kind of blows. But with Egypt getting that free stone at the start, I could more or less live with giving up my um, my stone, the stone boost card. Also, and this is something that new players may not be aware of, when you see what's inside of an ancient ruin, it creates an urban tile as a result, as a consequence. I call these suburbs because, I mean, when our borders grow and surround that, we can actually use that to, like if we was to build a shrine here, it won't, once the borders expand, of course. If we was to build a shrine here, a lot of buildings, a lot of urban buildings say, can only be built next to, adjacent to two urban tiles. Well, this would give us two urban tiles away from the city. So if we were to build like a triangle of mines right here for, good production and adjacency boosts, then that would interfere with our ability to grow the city a little bit. But having two urban tiles out here, we could kind of morph around all that and make it work. So pretty handy to have some suburbs. Hey PK, next doing okay, but I gotta say the new headset is a little heavier. Nyland, how's it going? Thank y'all for tuning in, joining the redneck army, as it were. All right, I got one order left. I am going to take this hill just so I can clear a little bit of fog over here and see hmm, some honey. Now, it is unusual to see just a patch of honey off all by itself, so I'm guessing that right here-ish is probably either a free city site or uh, oh, thank you very much. I think the new rig is uh, definitely making a world of difference. I got a Razer Kraken Ultimate. I do not have the scaling resources mod. What does it do? Oh, your daughter has the same headset. It's nice, but I tell you what, it is heavier than the little thing I was using that was stuck in the drawer for 2 years. But of course, that's probably why it sounded like crap. But yeah, it is a little heavy. I definitely noticed it after the first stream, wearing it for a couple of hours. I was like, wow, damn. And here, this is just a random rant. Citrus pisses me off. I'm sorry to say. It, Citrus is the only resource that requires uh, land consolidation to improve, but it's not a luxury, so it only gives you like 5 food. So, kind of. Oh, yeah, your daughter. I'm 6'6", so your daughter quite a lot smaller than me. Yeah, and it's heavy for me, so I can imagine she probably about hits her head on the desk wearing it because, damn. So, yeah, citrus. Don't really like it. I wish they'd either make it a luxury or just take it out the game. I don't understand why it's even there. Okay, now I'm curious. Why would you mine the citrus tile? I mean, honestly, I hadn't considered mining the citrus tile. So let me hear let me hear your thinking. Well, yeah, that is true. Put a specialist on it, spans the borders. Of course. Now, well, uh, one thing though is the capital is founded as the landowners, so I can actually just buy the, I can actually just come out and buy a tile because that's what we did to get this wheat. So with landowners, family cities, I can just come out and buy it. But mining and putting a specialist on it would be a way to not have to spend the gold, that's for sure. But yeah, we could totally like if we were to come out and buy this tile, it would probably wrap to include both of these, and that would give us that's a good investment. Anytime you can buy one tile and get more than one, that's awesome. Well, I know we're gonna have a triad of mines here because we got the gems, and I definitely wanna do some of that. Yeah, citrus. I almost just wish they'd take it out the game or make it a luxury. Uh, yeah, got the gems. So and actually, there's more out here. So if we was to and a gold. So if we were to uh, attack the Thracians early, this looked like it's a pretty good site. I don't know. Keeping that in mind. Keeping that in mind. Um, yeah. I got to zoom in. If you zoom in a little bit, you can see the little sparklies on the gems, for the gems. But well, that's all we can do for the first turn. So I'm gonna hit uh, end turn, and let's see what happened. Yes, using the red mod. Okay, Duke Dutmoose, Moses, I guess. All right. Now the first question is, what kind of heir do we want uh, our crown princess to be? To be honest with you, I would like her when by the time uh, Queen Shotput dies, the world is going to be a little politically complicated. I would love it if she would be a if she could be a diplomat, but of course you don't get 100% say in that. I'm going to have her study rhetoric because that puts her on the diplomatic track, but she might wind up any of those others: hero, orator, judge, scholar, or diplomat. So uh, that would, well, let's see. Uh, yeah, she is pleased, and I mean, for the longest time, philosophy was my go-to choice just because it gave a point of wisdom. But it, I'm thinking in terms of the political situation later in the game, and if I have her study philosophy, that does put her on the builder track, which would keep her and her mom on good terms. But that may not give us the tools that we need to handle diplomacy by the mid game. So I usually try to engineer it so that my heir at least has a chance of being a diplomat because I want a larger window of time to uh, be able to keep the other civs that I have encountered playing nice. So that's why I usually take rhetoric with my first air, just to give me that option. Just to give me that option. Now, Duke Moose, we're going to call him Moose for short, not real happy with this. But yes, if we can send him out exploring, that opens up all sorts of good, juicy event possibilities. And you never know what you're going to get when you do that. So that's always a good thing. Uh, I am going to send my warrior over toward the Thracians. I'm going to say we don't wish to fight, but that might not be true. We might actually wish to fight. And I think I will put the queen in charge of uh, our starting warrior. Now, warriors can generally beat the hell out of ranged units, so I am not too worried about this, especially if I can find a forest tile right adjacent to the camp. That'd just make it even better because the forest tile would reduce his effectiveness by 50%, and then we could just beat the shit out of him. So, but we'll see. We'll check it out. I'm going to use my warrior to do that so my scout can keep looking for other places that we could settle into. Well, this river just kind of peters out here and ain't nothing there. So I'm going to jump on this hill and see if I can follow the track of this river. Hey, go Danes. Go Danes with the nice gift. All right, what y'all got up in here? Let's see. Nothing. But good to know. Good to know. I think we'll probably be good neighbors with the Danes and um, less than good neighbors with the Thracians. So, yeah. Now, we only got 4 turns to get this done, though, because the settler going to be ready. So, I think what I will do then next year is send my scout uh, east, busting fog along here, and kind of starting to nose back up toward Thracian land so I can use my scout offensively if I need to. At least kind of get them in the same neighborhood. So we'll see what happens. Okay, Tiny Rome. Tiny Rome that's kind of close. All right, I'll spend the money to get a goodwill thing going with Rome. I mean, they're small, but Rome is very dangerous, and they're pretty close. I would rather not have to fight the Romans if I can help it. So if we can get a little goodwill going, that would. Oh, well, look at that. Now that's a little more to my liking. Although I will say I may still attack this Thracian camp first, just as a denial strategy. It doesn't look like. I mean, I don't know what Rome got back here. Hard to say. But if there aren't many expansion opportunities for Rome back here, then they're going to be prioritizing this Thracian camp. And if I can get it before they do, then that's going to. Okay, so we're going to make a side stop over there before we decide anyway. What we got here? I am going to take this option for the wisdom, and that'll give her a point of wisdom and a point of charisma right out the gate. That's pretty nice. Yeah, read. Absolutely. Okay. Now what can we do? Let's see. Well, good King Neb is not real happy with us. Romans are neutral. So the question is, Right now, Babylon is the big dog. Whether that holds, I don't know. But I'm going to play the hand that we got, not the hand I think we might have. So I'm going to arrange a foreign marriage with the Babylonians and see if we can get some goodwill cooking there. And then we'll see what other tools we got in the toolbox to make Rome happier a little later on. Okay, well, nobody is super wise, which is unfortunate. Uh, he's charismatic and a little bit courageous. He's highly charismatic, but not very disciplined. Um, I think of the two, this is the this is the guy right here. That's going to give us a tiny little nudge in research. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Okay, now we could make him our ambassador because we got that free tech. And he's actually not a bad ambassador. So, yeah, let's do that. Now we got positive relations with everybody. I mean, not great relations, but a little bit. Okay. Well, that's an easy thing to fix right there. We can, yeah. So we just got another free tech. Okay. And we're going to have a, they're going to get reinforcements next turn. Well, I think we're just going to start beating the shit out of them to see what happens. All right. And I got a scout. I got a settler coming in too. So all I got to do is take this site, plonk the settler on it, and then we can settle offensively, and then we can fight from the city center. And even if the warrior's a little dinged up, it won't matter. So yeah. All right. Let's let the kid go off exploring. See what random events pop up. Uh, yeah, the growth is going to slow us down a little bit, but we offset it by virtue of this most excellent farm. So we shouldn't be. I mean, it shouldn't be crippling, and I can start doing trade missions, which, well, why? Oh, because I'm. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right, so we need 100 civics, so we don't have to wait a couple of turns, but we can do that. Okay, we can do that. So I think we got two places to expand into right off the bat. We got the Thracians, which I'm working on, and then we got this barbarian camp down here. After this settler finishes, though, uh, I think I'm just going to start on another warrior before I jump right into the next one, just so we can make our lives a little easier and have some combat flexibility. Now, in terms of what to improve next, I think it's pretty much, oh, we out of orders anyway. Never mind. I think it's pretty much got to be the gems. Yeah, last night was the Carthage game. We had no freebie city sites either, so I don't. I guess they just took them out, which I think is a little disappointing. But you know, Oh. Okay, well, I really don't want her to be a schemer, and there's only one good option from this event choice. So, I mean, I guess the kid just gonna have to be disappointed. I mean, that sucks, but yeah, I know. We got some shitty kids, man. All right, we're just going to continue beating on the camp because this is the critical piece. If I can get the camp, I can found the city. If I can found the city, then my warrior isn't going to die. So the camp is the essential piece of that puzzle. Um, Worker gonna come up here and give us some money, and we are going to. We got 5 orders left. Let's see what this event is. Okay, well, of these two, I mean, I don't want my current leader to be cowardly, so I'm kind of liking strict, and we're already planning to work on a warrior anyway. So 50 free XP for that warrior. That looked pretty good to me. Stay out there, kid. Keep doing your thing. I know the artwork is amazing. Love it. Okay, well, if this is our next expansion site, then I'm going to prioritize busting some fog away from it. And I'm actually going to take the stone as a hedge against if we have to choose between the stone boost and the border boost, I'll just choose the border boost, and we picked up 150 stone here, so it don't matter. We got plenty of stone. Well, we'll still need more stone, but I mean, we got plenty of stone for right now. Yeah, strict is very cool. 50 free XP. I like that. All right, you dicks. Yeah, let's see what Rome got. Rome got the capital. Okay, well, all right. Come on, little settler. Yeah, don't get too close. Right there looked pretty good. Yeah, that'll work. And next year we are going to kill that unit. We're going to be banged all to hell, but it's all right. It's all right. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Huh. I'm gonna just take the extra point of wisdom. Okay, offensive settle. Here we go. Take the site. Found the city, and this one I am going to found as the clerics. Mostly, not necessarily because I absolutely wanted another. Oh, I hate this event, but I kind of like it too. If we do all 3 of these gold, iron, food, we'll get a trade agreement with uh, Greece. and Greece is big, so trade agreements sound pretty good to me. Anyway, so now that we got the city here, Bedhead, this guy can't actually kill the warrior even if he wanted to, because he'd have to knock down the city defenses before he takes the last hit point off of my warrior, and he's not going to knock the city defenses down. So he'll be dead long time before that happens. Anyway, at Bedhead, we are going to do a worker and a warrior just to get the ball rolling a little bit. And I am, yeah, okay, yeah. I was thinking I might change this back to a settler, but I'm not gonna. We're gonna make this work with just the one warrior. Sorry, yeah, this is welcome back, and this is noble difficulty level. So the strategies that we talk about here will work on noble or below. So whatever level you're playing, if it's noble or less, everything here should still be uh, applicable. And I picked noble because my sense of it is that or lower is where most players are going to wind up playing the game. So I wanted to make sure that all of my uh, strategy notes were applicable for the vast majority of players. All right, settling the cleric city, we're on Team Judah. We got Judaism. The main reason I picked found it as this city as the clerics rather than the sages, though, was just to give me time to do research one or two more techs. Because when we found our first sages city, we get a free tech at random. So the more shit I can research early, the more I can knock out those early game techs, the more likely we are to get a good, more expensive tech. So just to give myself a little more time to maybe knock out one more tech before we found that next city. That's the only real reason. Now, you have to jump through some hoops when you found a religion. You got to pay some civics, you got to pay some stone. There's an event where you have to decide whether or not to meet with the leader of the religion and treat her as an equal or not, and that costs you a little bit of legitimacy if you do. But the long and the short of it is you want to do those things because they improve your relations with the religion you founded, and having a good relationship with the yeah. Oh, well, thank you very much, PK. I appreciate that. Um, I some of them are a little bit less applicable, I think, because you start with so many fewer resources. So a lot of like growing the economy things is a little bit trickier. I mean, you have to build. They still basically work, but you have to build in more chopping to get the resources you need to do that, and so it's a little more orders intensive. But I think broadly, it still basically works. All right, what do we got here? Well, I mean, I love this portrait. The guy looks badass as hell, but I don't want to lose a point of legitimacy to, yeah, although you can heal in neutral territory. He's kind of a good general, but I think we'll take a pass on that. I got my diplomat. Yes, I got my diplomat. Right. Yeah, the offensive settling, that is pretty much a given on the higher levels of play. If you don't do that, you're nowhere. Well, and since they seem to have taken out free city sites, it's pretty much mandatory everywhere now. Yeah, I think having the diplomat leader as a second generation ruler is really going to make a oh yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Well, and especially like in I mean, that's one of the reasons that I don't really like multiplayer is because you lose that whole element. There really is no diplomacy in most of the multiplayer streams I've watched. It's build as many slingers as you can, bum rush the other guy, first person to lose the city, game's over. That's the game. Okay, that I mean, yes, that's old world, but Man, that's like the tip of the old world iceberg. Man, what is this event here with the rebel gladiators and all that? Okay, so apparently it's not going to let me look at that event. I don't know why. We'll worry about that in a minute. Ah, okay, well, that kind of blows. um, I'm going to try to fix this by exiting the game and going to the autosave. I don't know that that's going to do anything, but I'm not really sure. Oh, okay, how do we get around it? Or can we? Shift 6? Okay. Well, that kind of blows. We lost a good event. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, man. Okay, I don't want to lose Diplomat, so I don't want my second gen leader to be a zealot. So we definitely not doing that. But I also don't really want her to be a coward. But it looked like that's the lesser of the two evils as far as I'm concerned. So we're just gonna have to keep our eyes open for events that will increase her courage and undo the. It worked out, and somehow or another we wound up with warriors. So I'm guessing that's a consequence uh, of the event that we took a pass on. So let's do this first and foremost. Let's repair the damage to the walls. Well, now I'm not as excited about building a warrior here, so I think I will change this and let's put another settler in the queue because the idea would be we could get this guy patched up pretty quickly and then come over here and mug these guys. Ah, okay. So when you skip the event, it just sort of defaults to whatever's first on the list and then you go. That's a good tip because, yeah, if we get hung up again, uh, I never even knew you could skip events. So I learned something new this game, and that's pretty handy. So we got a free warrior from an event that we skipped over. Cool. Um, yes, influencing the kid. She not real happy with me. We definitely need to do that because we want to keep. You want to keep your anybody up here that's in this row. You want to try to keep happy because if you don't, not only will it be a drag on your top line, but like missions become more expensive and things like that. So wherever possible, you do want to try and uh, keep them happy, at least happy-ish with you. They don't have to be tickled pink, but you do need to try to keep them. Uh, I mean, this probably won't make her happy with us. At best, we get a 40%, a 40 plus 40 bonus, which so she'll still be upset, but she won't be as upset. And maybe there's an event down the road that will uh, boost that further. We can hope. Unfortunately, doing that means that we don't have enough juice yet to send a trade mission out, and we need to do that. probably with the Greeks, since they are even bigger than the Babylonians and right on our ass. Oh, well, let's see though. We could do a, no, we couldn't do a foreign marriage or a family marriage. Speaking of the families, how are we doing there? Not great, but not terrible, so that works. What else we got? We got forest druids. All right, well, we don't want him to be superstitious for sure. Yeah. Okay, but we don't want an intolerant leader with shitty. Well, I mean, the civics loss, that's not the worst thing, and she does have a point of charisma that could offset that. But I definitely don't want my second in line to be superstitious. Although, doing that and making our good queen pious, that could be helpful. Okay, so that's a tough call. I think I'm gonna just let the kid become superstitious then. We'll see what happens. It says there's a possibility of other events arising from that, so we may have stepped into something. Don't know. All right. Well, I think we can probably manage to control 5 workers in Queen Shotput's lifetime. He's already he's still working on shit. Okay, well never mind. So see what's here. Point of wisdom, that'd be nice. Point of charisma and a boost to our relations with Judaism would be nice. I am actually going. I would love the point of wisdom, but I am actually going to take the improving relations with the Jewish faith. I want to, when our families start to switch, I want to enjoy the benefits of a good relationship there between me and the church. So, all right, is there anything we can do? Well, we don't have any money. We don't really have a shit ton of resources. So the answer to that question is no, it really isn't. But that's okay. All right, good news. We didn't have to pick between border boost and stone boost. So we're going to take border boost to get it out to queue. I'm going to get the kill shot with this unit so I can start healing this unit. I'll get them back up and running that much more quickly. Now, the question is, we got all this stone, and I definitely want to make good use of it. I think I may take this move back, but I want to see, yes, I can come over here and build the Great Ziggurat pretty much anywhere. I think I'm going to build it. I also kind of want to build the pyramids too. Well, pyramids would make it prettier, and there's a compelling argument for the pyramids because since we founded a religion, uh, pyramids give you half price on changing laws. So that's going to save us civics, which gives us relatively more civics to improve our religion, and that's a good thing. Um, we can do all that shit faster. Ziggurat is my favorite of the early game wonders, and it's specifically my favorite because uh, I like playing the economic end of the game, and Ziggurat makes terraforming, tile improving cheaper, and Egyptians already get a benefit to improving tiles. They get a discount if you build a farm here, and then the same thing adjacent to it, you get a 25% discount for that. So the Ziggurat would actually just magnify that. I want them both, but I'm going to start with the pyramids because the pyramids is available first. And the only people who can build the Ziggurat are people who founded a religion. And so far, that's me. So nobody else can do it yet anyway. So I am going to start with the pyramids, but I'm going to get that damn Ziggurat. Oh, didn't realize that also applied to pagan. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Uh, okay, well, I'm going to try to dig him out of the wisdom hole he's in. So let's do that and at least mitigate the damage done by his superstitious ass. Ah, okay, and right. So the first time you build a shrine, that counts as a holy city for that pagan. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. All right. Well, that's all we can do. Well, no, actually, that's not true. That's not all we can do. So let's. Do we want to send? No, we don't want to send a trade mission. We want to. We're going to do a foreign marriage. Maybe get the relationship at least up close to zero. Then we do a trade mission. Because see, the the problem is if you conduct, and this is not for um, this is not for players who are familiar with the game. This is specifically for new players. Here's the problem. If you send a trade mission to somebody that has a negative opinion of you, you might get. Sometimes they'll just say, no, hell with you, I don't want to trade with you, and that's okay. You can pay them money and still boost the relationship by 40 points. But if they do trade, it's going to be like a highway robbery trade. It's going to be like, okay, well, if you give us 6 of your orders, we'll give you 3 food. Something stupid. Well, you don't want to do that. So if you can boost your relationship score up a little bit, then send the trade in, then you're going to get a better deal. So that's why I wanted to do the marriage first, just to try to avoid getting some highway robbery kind of a trade. Because I don't really care what we trade. I mean, as long as it's something like not trade my orders away. But I don't really care what the specifics of the trade are. I just want to improve relations, and trades the mechanism to do that. So okay. Well, so we lost a point of legitimacy. But it did work. I mean, we okay, so she's still a little bit pissed off, but less than she was before. So that's all right. And nobody here has any wisdom, so we're not going to be getting any of that. Although we can bring him onto the court, and he is a general that can heal in neutral territory, and that's good. He's a diplomat, but since he's not going to be the king, that really doesn't help us a whole lot. So of the two, I'm kind of liking that fella. Although he does not have a beard, which is disappointing. But we'll get over it. All right. So I'm going to send this guy over here, and I'm going to put our new general, our new spouse, son-in-law, whatever, uh, in charge, specifically because he can heal in neutral territory. That's the power I want. I don't want to have to run home if he gets dinged up. Well, that's true. That's true. So we should have maybe talked to the Babylonians to get a somebody with a magic beard. But We'll make this guy work. All right, so we're gonna come out here and we need 100 civics, so we're gonna have to wait. Well, I'm out of moves anyway, so I guess we'll just wait. And oh, come on now, give me that. All right, so let's come over here. We'll find some more Danes. Very nice. Exploration ends. New court soldier. Or second in line becomes brave. Not bad. What's this new? Oh, we don't know what the new court soldier is. Uh, no, let's let him continue to explore. I don't think we necessarily need a new court soldier right this second. So yeah, keep exploring. Now has the commander trait. Okay, that's good. Oh, well, we definitely want to do that. All right, I'm going to move my warrior to the border. Go ahead and finish healing. And I think, yeah, we're just going to start this party. Let's go. Next turn, we can jump in, make it 2-on-2. Yeah, we'll be all right. Pyramids are off and running. Okay. And I'm going to settle in 3, so I need to wrap this up pretty quickly. We can do that. We can do that. And then I think we're going to have to think about the Danes as far as an expansion opportunity. We don't really have a lot, and with Rome sitting right here, I just figured there's not much point in even exploring this because ain't nothing up there for us anyway. So, yeah, it looked like the Danes are it, right? If we want to go, and we're near the bottom of the map, by the way. So that's useful piece of information to know because it helps orient us geographically. So now we kind of know where we are in the world, which is well, no, it is pretty the same thing with the Hanging Gardens and Babylonians. It is pretty thematic. That's true. Um, this guy's up for a promotion, but I don't think we're going to give him one yet. I think we're just going to rush down here, finish this fight, and when we can take a breath, we'll get everybody promoted up. There's his XP. He'll keep earning XP, and it carries over. So, I mean, we're not losing anything by doing that. All right, well, let's actually get a point of wisdom to give ourselves something other than shitastic research. That helps a little bit. It's not great, but I mean, we still not yet at the point where Babylon starts. So, yeah. All right, now I see Rome down here. Okay, how old is King Neb? He's only 38, so we want to stay on his good side. And the princess, she might not even be in charge in 20 years. So she's just going to have to, yeah, she's just going to have to suck it up. And that definitely improved our relations with Babylonians. Now I see Rome got this little slinger here and looked like he's going to try to snake our sight out from under us. Um, Obviously, we don't want that to happen. We're going to try. Moving here, I attacked here from here for 2 reasons. one, we get a defensive bonus for sitting on an urban tile, and two, when you have units on opposite sides like this, that counts as a flank attack. So that is the reason I kind of spent an extra order to get there. And I think we're going to wind up fighting 3 because I don't know that we can kill this guy before his next little helper pops out. So that's all right. I mean, it sucks, but nothing we can do about it. So whatever. Okay. We do not have the stone to do the ziggurat now. I want the ziggurat. I'm going to go build a quarry. Now, even though that we could use this gold, absolutely, no question, I want the ziggurat. So I'm going to do quarry first. And the gold we'll get to when we get to. All right, well, we'll pay the tribute in iron because these guys are dicks. Oh, well, hello. Yeah, buddy. Now we're about where, actually, we're 2 points ahead where the Babylonians start the game. So we finally got, somewhat respectable research. Not really, but I mean, well, I like the legitimacy. Let's do that. Ah, okay. That's risky. It depends. It depends on what these guys do. I don't want someone else to steal this site, so I don't want to damage him too much. Uh, Hard to say. Hard to say. It depends on who attacks, where they go. They're too far away for me to accurately predict that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, I am eventually going to get tyranny, but I don't know if we do it in her lifetime. But I don't have a way to opt out of that event altogether, so we'll just pick it and see what happens. I'm hoping that we run across another little ancient ruin down here somewhere. They've been pretty good to us. Okay. All right. Greece and Rome going at it. Now we'll take a stone boost. And thank y'all very much for softening up the opposition. I appreciate that. And I believe we're going to just heal this turn. And yeah. Well, what do we got over here? We got a Greek chariot and 2 war. Well, Rome pretty much done for because Greece is a lot stronger. So we're just going to stay politely out of that fight. That's not our business. Be happy with the city site we have and not even worry about what the hell they're doing. Um, okay, well, the Danes pretty much signed their death warrant. Thank you for the heads up. Um, Not going to have anybody plotting against me, and I was thinking about killing them anyway, so that just gave me a good legitimate reason for doing so. That works for me. Yeah. Goodbye, Danes. We're not going to tolerate that bullshit. And I think I want to keep my scout kind of in the neighborhood if I need him for something. So I think I'm just going to explore this, even though I know it leads right up to Greek territory. There may be some little goodie in there that we don't know about or whatever. But that way my scout will be reasonably close at hand if we need him for some specific job and we still busting fog away. So kind of give me the best of both worlds, I guess. I got 6 orders. Now, surely there's something we can do. We got 173 civics points. Surely we got shit we can do here, right? So we could do an influence. That'll take up some money and a couple of orders. We could do another trade mission. That'll give us, and I'm not actually going, our relations with Rome are negative, but Rome currently fighting with Greece, and Rome may not survive that fight anyway. So, uh, be honest with you, I'm not going to worry too much about Rome and how they feel about us. But getting that stone boost won't be enough for me to uh, build a ziggurat, but it'll be a strong step in the right direction. Well, we're currently running a deficit on iron. We got a small surplus of food, so I'm going to take the metal. Okay, and that was that. Very timely completion of a settler. We'll get everybody healed up, promoted up, and then we will go pay a little visit to the Danes. Wow, our neighbors are slugging it out. And I'm going to do, basically I'm going to put quarries all along these mountains because that tend to be a little bit more productive. And then I'll make triangles where appropriate later. I'll come back behind and do, like, maybe put something here, maybe not. This will wind up being a triad, and then off we go around the edge of these mountains. And oh, okay. Well, we kind of stepped into that one, didn't we? Well, he's gonna take 2 hits, and then I will retreat back, and we'll go heal up at the city. That's actually a good piece of intel to know. I might take this before we start worrying about the Danes. Would deny Greece an easy city, give us a good border there. Okay, that's probably worth taking. So let's look into that. We don't have to make a final decision right now, but I mean that's Greece is the top dog. If we can slow down their expansion a little bit, that's good for us. Ooh, yeah, we almost lost the scout. All right. Um, normally I wouldn't, but I am seriously tempted by sovereignty. Not only could we adopt tyranny in shot put's lifespan, but that would give us the ability to start cranking out cavalry units if we can find a city with horses around it. Useful. Um, I don't know. Oh, fun fact, and this is something that new players may not be aware of. The soundtrack of the game only unlocks when you research drama. So if you want to be able to listen to the music, you got to research this tech to do it. I like it. It's a meta thing. It kind of smudged the line a little bit between the game world and the real world, so I think that's pretty cool. But that's why if you don't hear any music and they're like, "Where's my music?" That's why you got to research drama. So just so you know, we don't have any. No, no, I'm not. I'm actually not. I'm gonna take a pass on sovereignty because we don't have polis yet. Polis unlocked the free settler. There's a bunch of basic economic stuff we can't do yet. I don't want to tie myself up for a decade uh, just to say I did that. Not worth it to me. Now, what is worth it to me is we can just do that. So we're gonna found the sages. I am not dead, but I am a cowardly bitch. Okay, I am dead. Okay. Um, well, that kind of blows. Yeah, that basically. So that's it. That's the end of our first generation ruler. She got poisoned. Um, yeah, we're gonna make the Danes pay for that. But everybody relationship went up with us because our new leader is uh, a diplomat, which is what we wanted. So we should have an easy time keeping the peace with everybody for as long as she lives. Unfortunately, I thought our first ruler would live a little longer, but sometimes the game throws you a little curveball. That's what happened here. So we just gonna make the most of it and carry on. Yeah, no, we're gonna take the vassalage because centralization is almost never the right answer. And did we not get a free tech? Anybody see what the free tech was? I don't know. We were supposed to get a free tech. Let's see. Let's look at our shit. It don't look like we got a free tech for founding the city. I don't see one. Nothing looked different than anything we already have. Oh yeah, we got administration. Okay, well, this is like the worst free tech we could have got, but whatever. Okay, we got it. Man, I was hoping for something good. Well, it's alright. We do have some civics. We definitely not doing this. We're definitely not doing this. Mm, I can live with that, I guess. Uh, it's still kind of a shitty trade, but alright. I will do the food. Let's do the food. Yeah. Everybody get healed up and promoted up, and let's go kick somebody's ass. And the reason I healed here instead of promoted is because I can promote on the road. We can do that outside borders. Can't heal outside. Well, this guy actually could heal outside borders, but in most cases you can't heal outside of borders. So heal up inside, promote on the run, or heal with a general that can do that on the run. But right now everybody's kind of dinged up, so we're just gonna take a minute, catch up. It look like Greece is already coming down here. So first thing we'll do is, even though the scout's not fully healed, I think I'll probably send him down here-ish next turn just to kind of check in, see what Greece is up to. If they've already got a big force down here and are working on it, then we'll just pass on it and come over to the Danish camp. There's no point in trying to compete with Greece for a site. Greece is much stronger than we are. They got better tech than we do. We're not even going. We're gonna stay out of their way. Basically, what we're gonna do with Greece. So yeah, but we'll see. And I got some orders left. I got. Can we do anything fun with? How old is this kid? She's 5, so she can't be tutored or anything. Uh, his opinion of me pretty good. His opinion of me not bad. Well, we don't give a shit about him. Okay. So let's influence and yeah, let's do a trade. We'll hit him with both influence and a trade mission. Keep our standing with all these guys who can kick our asses as high as we can get it. Greece not usually very strong in your games. I love this event. I personally just love this event. 3 inquiries, that's super easy to do. You get a free tech at the end. That's awesome. So, yeah, we're just going to take this out to queue. We got what? We got to do it in 20 year. You know what? It's actually even worth delaying the worker. I'll build another worker somewhere else and send him down. Yeah, Greece can, and they can expand very quickly, and their cities just grow culture like damn kudzu. Okay, so let's just check that out. All right. Question is how? What's the best way to attack this campsite? Ah, I see they 4 of them, and I got 2 warriors. There's no forests. I mean, there's a little bit of scrub up here. We could probably take some advantage of that. Um, okay, well let's do some maneuvering. I gave him besiegers, so when we start attacking this camp, we're gonna get a bonus on attacking that tile. I don't really care about these guys, even though there's a lot of them. This should not be a horribly tough fight. Um, we are just gonna have to go nose to nose with them because we can't stand here in the trees and trade blows because they have to be next to us. And why would they do that? He could just stand right here and hit us from the trees, granted for less damage, but it would still be more than we could dish out from there. So he got no incentive to come to us. If we want to fight him, we have to come to him. Um, and it'll be ugly and it'll be kind of bloody because they're going to get 4 shots on somebody and they probably will combine fire. So the best thing we can do is try to lure a unit away. If we can lure a unit away, kill it in isolation, then we can come down, try to lure another one, or just beat the shit out of them and take the damage on the nose. Either way, that's the bit. We gotta lure somebody is the idea. We don't just want to charge into the guts of it and wing it. That's that's not a good idea. Okay, whatever. Zoroaster. So we could found another religion. That's going to complicate our life though, because we already got Greece has already actually adopted Judaism. So if we, which I need to make that our state religion anyway, we get some civics to do it. Um, so I don't know that I want to found uh, another world religion. Uh, although, although, if we found another religion, we do get to build another religious holy thing. It's like a little mini wonder that it comes with each religion. That is the only that is the yeah, holy site. That's the only reason I would consider it is because that's two VPs. It's like a wonder that only you can get. But it complicates my life, and I don't know that I want to complicate my life. So yeah, we're just not we're just not gonna do that. Now this guy's general died, so or retired or something. Anyway, he's not there. So I think we're gonna put the Duke in charge. Gonna give him 10 extra XP. I got two units that are the same thing, so if they're adjacent, he get a although the seer with that 21% chance of scoring a critical hit. That's yeah, for legitimacy, and especially my legitimacy is a little bit low, so I think I'm actually going to choose the seer here. We're going to send the scout back up for some healing, and then I don't know if we're close enough to draw this guy away or not, but either way, I think what we're going to do next turn, plonk our guys here and here, take a shot. If we score a critical, we could probably kill it with two hits, and then assess, see what we got to do next. Uh, the aggressive settle idea is good, but we're not currently working on a settler. We can start, but that's going to be too late to, yeah, 8 turn. That's going to be too late to, although we could, well, that's going to cost civics we don't have. Uh, so I don't know. We're going to have to be careful there. We're going to have to be careful there. Well, hey, well, this worker going to make a little side stop. As our borders expanded, we revealed a uh, well, I was thinking about that, about putting the try to lure him further away. But at best, like okay, so let's say I move this guy here, right? So now he can see him, but he can't hit him. At best, he move up to this tile. That still doesn't really get us much. That we need him. If we were going to lure him, we'd need him to come like up here, or preferably up here, so we can sit in the trees. But luring him one tile or two tiles, not. I mean, the way I figured is next turn we come down and hit him. We either kill him or we don't. Probably we don't. Probably we cripple him. So he'll get the shot. He'll get a shot. Maybe one of these guys get a shot. I don't know. The AI kind of random about how it moved. So then we can see how much damage we actually sustained. See if we want to hang in or if we got to pull back to heal and come do it again. Well, he got a long time. Uh, they got two fatigue. They got two fatigue. So it's going to be tricky with two units, but I mean we can do it because he's going to be a while before he gets reinforced. So we'll definitely come down and kill. We'll hang in the fight long enough to kill this unit. Then we may have to pull back to heal and then come at it again. This time come after the camp unless he's moved one of these guys up. The good news is, though, the good news is we got a warrior coming out next turn, and that will rebalance the equation in our favor. So even if it takes a couple extra turns, that we still can get this camp, I think, without any real difficulty. I'm not going to be, yeah, and I know that because last game was Carthage first 50 turns, and yeah, we were suffering under the limitations of the 2 fatigue uh, when we hired those mercenaries. That's why I think, by like the third, maybe the fourth generation for Carthage, the way to go. Oh, they do. Okay, yeah, I'll I'll ask somebody about that later on. But so Carthage in the early game hires a bunch of mercenaries. I got these guys that can't really move all that well. But then, like third generation, you get um, a zealot leader, and all of a sudden they got normal movement rate compared to what your troops can normally do. That's pretty dangerous, especially if you keep them upgraded. So hell yeah, I like that. I think this turn. I mean, we'll go here just to see what he does, but at best, I think all he's gonna do is come here. I don't think he's gonna do anything major in terms of like make a big play up to. I don't think they're gonna rush us in mass or anything. I think he's gonna park it right there, and he did. He actually came up full bore. All right, I don't remember. Yeah, lavender. We need lavender. Okay, we can get that easy enough. All right, that worked. I don't have any bonus cards in my queue, so I won't Polis because I want to unlock that. He may. I didn't realize that when you bought a mercenary, he would the act of buying him would give him an extra point of fatigue. But I mean, hey, maybe yeah. I'll check with Dale and Solver, and we'll see. Maybe it does. All right. Well, that we took almost no damage from his hit. We wrecked him. We got a third guy coming down. So I think, yeah, from here, I don't think we'll even bother to heal up. Let's put a general of some description in charge of this guy. Yeah, we'll put the Duke. Right, okay, that works. Yeah, I took a pass on him. Well, it says he got 3 points of fatigue, right? That's what those three dots are. Oh, 0, 1 now. Okay, one. Well, okay, so I don't get it. Why would hiring a mercenary magically give him a point of fatigue? Ah, right you are. Okay. So yeah, they've only got the one point of fatigue. That's weird. And weirder still, why would hiring a mercenary just well, I mean I know from a game perspective, but I guess you give them some nominal amount of training and that's reflected in an extra point of fatigue. Don't know. All right, what do we need here? Yeah, because having a unit with one fatigue would basically be worthless. So I can imagine that. I can imagine that. You know, I only need 3 lumber to make that work. Uh, yeah, let's do that. I love having a diplomat is the leader of my little realm. It just make life so much easier. There's a stepfather and my stepfather and the ambassador. And if we upgrade him, we will improve relations with our rivals even more. And we like that. And our little worker will come out here. Oh, and look at the magic metal beard going on with this guy. So he dramatically increased our uh, research capabilities. We like that. And now we're going to come back home. That's enough of an adventure for my little worker. Shit, I think, yeah, that's all we can do. Yeah, he would. We could assassinate our current spouse. Alright. Oh, we got to do that. I mean, come on now. Yeah, let's sell off. What do we need? We need 240. I think we can probably get that. That'll give us Polis uh, this turn. Alright, so not worth it. Okay, not worth it. And this guy has procedure, but there's a bunch of them down there. So I actually don't think we're going to move because I don't want all 3 of them to get a shot on this guy. And he may come up like the other guy did, so he may just head on up this way. Either way, I think we need to stand pat, and then next turn we come down as a group. Yeah, I'd love to build all 3 of those, but I don't know if we can do that, so we're going to wait. We're not going to declare our intention firmly to do any of that shit. That's all we can do there. Yeah, we got the peace treaty with Greece, so we could pop behind their borders if we need a quick heal up or whatever. But okay, well that's promising. I think what we'll do, we will make use of Grecian borders. Be miserable. Lead your troops. Alright, so yeah, so next year we'll be able to start working on that camp. And we got one guy with the besieger promotion, so that'll make things go a little faster. And then we'll take the camp and beat the hell out of the survivor, and then we should be good to go. What Yeah, I mean he may calculated gamble. Hope he doesn't, but he may. don't have enough stone yet to... Yeah, it's a good looking tile sitting there. And like you said, very, very thematic. Well, I would love it, but we have spent about all we can afford to spend this year, so we just gonna have to pass on that. How many cities we got right now? 3? So we could get 5 orders for 3 unhappiness, but we're not really having an orders problem at the moment. So, I mean, oftentimes we end a turn with orders unspent. So I don't know that getting 5 orders would necessarily pay us big dividends. So we're just going to go with free, get the extra research. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. And I'm really feeling the effects of our inquiries, we're getting those little surges in research, and that's actually very helpful. Oh, yes, please. Well, I don't know. I'm actually going. I want to increase our research, but yeah, I'm actually going to start working on undoing some of her general lack of courage, which kind of pissed me off, actually. All right, so we should have that. And I'm actually going to leave my scout right there. This guy shot at him last time. Maybe you shoot at him again, and that's one less hit that my warriors got to take. So we'll leave him there and see what happens. And I think, why are you telling me to build a hamlet there? Because that's not even on our trade network. In fact, we don't even have our cities connected yet. So let's work on some of that. And then we can kind of direct where our trade network would go. So I think what I'm gonna do then is build a hamlet here because that counts as an urban tile. So then when the hamlet is done, I can just pop out and build. I don't have to build a road on urban tile. So I can just pop out. That's one less road tile I got to build, right? So I do that, and then when I get here, I just build another hamlet, and then there we go. We're connected. A little slower, but then we end up with 40 extra gold for our trouble. So that worked for me. And we are also going to continue to build quarries because, yeah, we're going to start spending some stone. And over here, so with these 2 cities connected to each other, all we really have to do is connect one of them to the capital. So the question is, which one could we connect in the shortest with the shortest road? Well, look like 6 tiles for that. 6 tiles for that. So I don't guess it really matter. Yeah, yeah. And actually, next turn I probably will shuffle guys around a little bit more. Um, but since I couldn't defend everybody, I mean everybody's in range to take 2 shots except this guy. So I'm hoping what happens is as a result of having giving the AI a plethora of choices. Hopefully, he'll divide his fire. Like this guy will shoot over here. This guy will take a pot shot at this, this, whatever. But as of next turn, it shouldn't matter. So if we can just engineer something where he doesn't concentrate his fire this turn, I don't think he will. Hoping he won't. Fingers crossed. If we can do that this turn, next turn it won't matter because next turn we'll have to camp, and then it'll be done. But yes, this is definitely not optimal for defense. That's for sure. Okay, so if I build something like that, that would actually only have to be built across two hills, and that's not horrible. Hello, no legs. Well, everything is fine, but somewhat slow moving. This game has been a little bit slow to develop. We 23 years in, and I've only got the three cities, but we are making steady progress. Uh, no free city sites, so we've had to uh, fight for uh, everything that we've settled to this point, but we're getting there. I mean, we're making it. It's working. Yeah, we built a second. Well, no, we were going to build a second warrior early, but we got an event. The event turned out to be somewhat buggy. Oh, they did double team me. Okay, well, that didn't work at all. But I still think, yes. So we are going to be able to. Oh, yeah, let's do that for legitimacy, if nothing else. Okay. And you cannot heal in neutral territory, but we can get you back home in time to heal you, so that's no problem. And again, I think I'm going to leave my scout there just as a lure. Maybe he'll shoot at it. Maybe he won't. Um, well, I mean, Herbalist definitely would have been a good choice, and it would have given him some more healing. Uh, I was just thinking in terms of point of wisdom, better research, faster tech, you know. Uh, yeah, pyramids definitely on my short list, as is the ziggurat, which is why I'm building quarries out to wazoo. I want to get me some ziggurat action going on. She looks like an anime character. What do we want her to be? Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's that would benefit. That would be a great tactical benefit to us, no doubt. Um, Strategically, I don't know. Is that more important than faster tech? Hard to say. I mean, if we were in a war with another civ, I would say absolutely worth doing. But if all we're doing is fighting Thracians and Danes, and we have a diplomat leader who can keep everybody else off our ass for the duration of his life, don't know if that's necessarily better. think I'm going to have her study tactics because after this generation, we will be ready to start flexing our muscles. No, no, no. I mean that's absolutely true. It's just one beaker, but I mean that's how most of your research grows in the game, right? You don't. I mean, occasionally you get a court scholar that adds a dramatic amount to it, but typically your gains come in ones and twos. You collect enough of those and you get faster research. The only reason that I didn't take herbalist really was the political situation. We have a diplomat leader. It is unlikely that we're going to find ourselves in a tooth and claw war where his ability to heal very, very quickly in the wild is going to be the difference between winning and losing the war. Whereas, you know, uh, the slow trickle of research that we keep adding on to our roster going to give us faster tech, quicker, and improve our position relative to our rivals. But yeah, I mean, if we were uh, either in a war or under threat and likely to be attacked in the reasonable expectation of his lifetime, absolutely, herbalist is a good pick, especially for his skill set. But in peacetime, I don't know, even a single point of wisdom that's pretty hard to beat. Well, I mean that's it. Uh, at this point, I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to. I try to limit my undos. I mean, I do if I actually legitimately meant to move one place and I move somewhere else, or to illustrate something, I'll take an undo. But I don't want to go back and undo. So I mean, I definitely see your point. And it may wind up biting me in the ass that I took the wisdom rather than the yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, very, very cool discussion, and it comes down to uh, how do you see the game developing? With the leadership we got, I see the game developing fairly peacefully. Uh, we don't usually take a shit ton of damage from the barbarians, so an extra couple of points of healing, well, 4 extra points of healing, to be fair, and it's a good it's a good upgrade to be sure. Uh, and it will definitely have some tactical value. I just think the strategic value of the better research for where we are in the game right now, probably the better play. But I mean, you could make a strong argument either way. Yeah. Well, if I would have taken discipline over herbalism, I would have deserved to get smacked in the head with a mackerel. But yeah, did I already do this road? I did. Okay. Well, then let's do this road. We are not. Why are we not on good terms with? Well, I'll tell you, we are Jewish, but I can't convert any of the families to Judaism because that takes metaphysics, and I don't have metaphysics, so I can't do any of that. We are on good terms with everybody except Rome. I don't give a shit about Rome because I think they still at war with Greece. Yeah, so yeah, we don't care about them. Uh, they don't have any civics to speak of anyway, so we can't really do a lot on that front. All right, well, I guess we're done, and we're gonna have to address the money situation soon too. I mean, yes, we're going to have to address the iron problem, but we're currently running a deficit, although we are working on one fix for that. He did take a shot at the scout. That's handy. Yes, please. Let's get some basic economic text out the way. All right, can you? No. So we'll do this. And this. So that stops the bleed, kills the last of that barbarian unit, and we still manage to have a unit on the site, so we're good. This guy almost back to full health. I think is this our second or our yeah, this is our second inquiry that'll be wrapping up for that event. So that's good, and that's done. We're gonna come this way, build another road, then get out of the hill country and just continue like that. And settler coming up in 2. And then we're going to go over and pay a visit to those Danish bastards that poisoned our mom and see if we can have, as my grandfather used to say, see if we can have a word of prayer with them about all that. Hmm. I don't really. I mean, those are okay. Those aren't awesome. They're not herbalist level promotions, so kind of unexcited about all those. Don't know that we necessarily need another court soldier, but that wouldn't be the right, right. Yeah, if we got Swift. Well, Swift is Swift is the I think the best of the bunch, but we're gonna go for it. Let's see. We got Heckler. Okay, that was like the weakest of the bunch, but that's usually the way it works. I usually if I got a 1 in 4 chance of getting like 3 good things and I'll get the bad thing. You're going to be blessed, divine, awesome, or drunk. Yeah, I'll get drunk every time. It's just the way that works. Oh, that's all right. I mean, we'll live with it. It's cool. Now, one thing that I do undo on a pretty regular basis, like if I get an event that talking about, oh, spend 600 gold and get such and so pagan shrine in your city, and I don't know what the hell any of them do. I'll check them all out. Like I'll pick one. Okay, what exactly is that? Because I've never seen these before. What exactly does that do? All right, let me back up and pick the other one, and then figure out which one I like best. I will do that because I don't want to spend hundreds of gold on some bullshit thing that I don't have any interest in at all. So, but for the most part, I try to. And I'll tell you one thing though. I used to, when I first started playing this game, I would fight the same battle like 10 different ways. I would, you know, move all my troops, fight a battle, undo the turn, fight it a different way, undo it all, fight it, and just fight until I really just thoroughly understood everything about the combat system and how all the pieces hung together. I did that a bunch early on just to get real familiar with, how moving to a different tile, what effect does that have on the outcome of the battle? Attacking in a certain order, what does that do? I mean, just fight the same damn fight 15, 20, 50 times in a row just to really understand it. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. If you're, you know, I mean, because especially some battles are just really complex set pieces, and if things don't happen in just the right order or in just the right way, it can totally hose up the plan. So if you're, if you're in the middle, if you've spent like 2 hours planning something and you do something in the wrong order, okay, whatever, just undo it and redo it and fix it and move on. But yeah, that was really a good educational experience though, learning, doing that with the combat system and really learning how to make best use of the terrain and the different troop types and all that. And I tell you what, the best discovery I ever made was uh, I, initially I thought the chariot's route ability only gave you one extra attack. So like when you killed something, if you killed it, you got one extra attack. And the moment I realized, oh shit, if you have orders, you can just keep doing that. I was like, oh, well, that's a game changer. So stuff like that just didn't occur to me right away, but it came to light as a result of all those tests. Okay, 50-50 to be wound. Yeah, we're not doing that for sure. Uh, Point of courage. She already got a point of courage. Okay, so she gained a point of charisma or she gained another point of courage. Loyal. Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm down with that. Okay. What do you got? We can promote you. Oh, good. Yeah. Let's definitely do some of that. All right. We're just gonna come over here and start making our way to the Danish lands. And our settler. Uh, can we? And let's do this. All right, let's do this. He'll be there in a few turns. I think I'm still going to put that warrior on the back burner. Well, it, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I do roll the dice, but I tend to have shit luck with those events anyway. So more often than not, if there's a chance, especially like the educational event where you can either become educated or insane. It's 50-50. Yeah, I never even touched that one. Well, I don't think I was tempted to send off a trade mission, but I mean our relations are pretty solid, and I want to start saving up some of those civics points. Although we do have enough civics now. If we had any money to speak of, we could actually get started on the ziggurat, but yeah, we don't. So never mind. Last inquiry though, we're gonna get a new tech in a little while. Well, I tell you what, starting out with no free city sites like we have here, that has definitely slowed the pace of expansion. I am certainly feeling that. We're at peace, so we just chilling, we just hanging out. All right. So in this fight, and this is I'm just narrating this. I know that some of you guys watching already know this, but I want to spell this out for people who are new to the game. So in this fight, a couple of things to point out right off the bat. We're approaching from a good angle because the fort is the hovel or whatever this is on the same side of the river as us. So we're not going to be making a cross river attack. We have terrain advantages because we can park in this forest and these scrub tiles. So what that means though is that our priority when we start the show, our priority is going to be to kill these infantry units because the missile troops, when they shoot at us, they're going to either suffer a minus 25% to their damage or a minus 50% if we stand in the woods. So they're just not nearly as threatening as these guys who don't suffer that penalty for fighting in the trees. So the biggest threats to our health and safety are, what are they called here? Well, these guys are marauders or some bullshit. Yeah, marauders. They're only strength 3, so they're not as good as we are, but I mean they still no joke, and there's a bunch of guys here, so we are outnumbered. So we want to make sure that we take on the most threatening units on the board first, remove them from play, and then we can deal with these guys who go nickel and dime us later on. That's not a big deal. And we know that they're not going to get reinforcements for a while, which is handy. So uh, I'm not expecting this to be a real nasty fight. These are pretty good troops. They're battle hardened. They got some experience. Everybody's got a leader. So I mean, we got solid group of guys here, uh, and we can position ourselves on the terrain so that his missile troops won't really be able to mess with us, and we can take out the guys who could potentially hurt us quickly. Knock them out of the game, and then it's just a cakewalk. If we're in the woods fighting missile troops, that ain't nothing. So that's pretty much how. Yeah. That's pretty much how we're going to approach this battle. We're going to get our guys situated in the best terrain we can. We're going to ambush them. This guy marked for death right off because if assuming nobody moves, right, we go here, here, and like here, and then or even just stay here. I think this is a scrub, so we got some cover for missile troops, and this is further away, so they'll take a range penalty if they shoot at him. So we could fight here pretty favorably, kill this guy. These two double team this guy, take him out of the game, and now it's us versus troops that can't do full damage, and that's just a cakewalk. So I mean that's basically how we're going to approach this fight. And I mean, I got another slinger. I could bring him over, but honestly, I don't really feel like we're going to need him. And if I did bring the slinger over, for the most part, he'd be shooting into scrub or forest tiles too. So he really wouldn't add a lot to the fight for us. I don't know that it's worth trekking him all that way across the map for the couple of extra points of damage he might be able to dish out. And maybe that decision come back and bite me in the ass, but I doubt it. So we'll see. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get this settler closer to home. I built this hamlet specifically so I'd have one less road tile to build. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll build a road next turn because we're out of orders. A stern warning from a garden slug named Remus. Yeah, okay. So fuck you, Rome. And I say that gleefully because Rome is usually uh, one of the strongest civs in most games, and they just got completely hammered by geography this go. So that kind of tickles me to be able to tell Rome to go stuff it, actually. All right, so we're getting close to having all three cities connected up. A couple of turns from now, we'll have that. And yes, oh, and see, look, he very politely moved out of the forest tile. So we will occupy these for sure. I think I am going to just leave him there, though. Now, the question, though, is see, doing it that way, that's going to force me to divide my fire. I won't be able to concentrate my attacks on one guy. So, okay, let me back out this move because what might be the better play here is to move him here for the flank. Now, these guys can't hit him at all anyway, so it don't really matter that he's in the open. We're going to do some extra damage because we got the flank. He's protected from missile fire because he's in the woods. He's protected by the scrub and by the distance from these guys. So they're going to take a 25% penalty for firing into scrub and another 20% penalty for the range modifier. And he can't hit him at all. So that might be the better setup uh, for the declaration of war. We can still beat the shit out of this guy. This guy will probably live through the turn, but will only have like 2 hit points left. He'll last a couple of turns, but after this guy's gone, then we can rush up here and fill in the blanks however we need to, whatever makes sense, and start busting the crap out of him too. So yeah, yeah, I think this is the right. I think this is the right configuration. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna get a good hit right there. Yeah, okay, so he has. Oh, nice. Love it. Critical hit. He would have had like 1 hit point left, but that critical hit took him out of the game. So, yeah, already it's 3-on-3, and he's more damaged than we are. So, it's definitely advantage Egypt at this point. So that's just awesome. Love it. That worked out beautifully. All right, what's he gonna do now? So let's do, yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's do, so we'll put a quarry here to, this becomes a triangle. This is already a triangle. We could do another quarry here, and that'll essentially give us 3 little triangles, and then we can build the urban tiles up and around that. So that'll give us a lot of good adjacency bonuses for minimal incursion on the urban tiles. But then we got to start working on mines because we are running a serious deficit. So we need to put a worker on that ASAP. And this worker, he can come back up. He can come back up here and do mines here to get an adjacency bonus with those gems. So that'll be his next job. We'll get that sorted out. Now, equestrian could be useful because our special unit is horse based. Question is, do we actually even have any horses anywhere? Yeah, no, we got sheep. Okay. Well, yeah, we got horses here. Okay, so this could actually be the primary place for the moment where we build our special unit. We just drop a garrison and yeah, this you're talking about right here for the Hades Shrine, get the big culture boost for mountain adjacency. Absolutely. And we haven't trained a stonecutter specialist. We could actually go up and swap that out if we wanted to. You know, it would negate a little bit of adjacency bonus here, but uh, yeah. Well, it's in some games I've actually opened up with that, like with there was a Babylon game where I started with divination and put I think it's the Shrine of Esragal for the Babylonians, does the same thing, and just turned it into a cultural monster right off the bat. That was pretty fun. Uh, yeah, I think we're gonna do that. And then by the time she is the leader, we should be about ready to start building our special units anyway. So we crank them out from here, and that's a free promotion. That'll be pretty awesome. Yeah, I think the Hades Shrine is like the oh no, that's the okay Shrine of Osiris is for mountains and volcanoes. Yeah, so this is the one that's like the Shrine of Esragal, the Shrine of uh, you know these aren't horrible, but they're not my favorite shrines either. Yeah, stop spending my money, you dick. Stop spending the money. Giant douche nozzle, spending all my money. I don't like it. Yeah, yeah, that's the one that does the ranged promotion. That's pretty cool. So combine that with the equestrian, you got a level and a half right off the cuff. That's pretty awesome. What tech did we get? Yay, our first family has converted to Judaism. That's nice. I love it. Phalanx. That is an excellent, excellent addition. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Master officers are certainly coming, although definitely not in this first 50 turns game, the first 50 turns of this game. But oh yeah, they will certainly be. Oh man, we can't kill that fool. All right, well let's seem like overkill, but let's do it. And, oh wait, let me back that up because let's see, could I? No. So yeah, okay. So we just come up. Well, no. Let me back that up again too. Yeah, so we're gonna come up here and do this. And that way, well, okay, once we kill him, we can step into that forest tile and then step into this forest tile. Then we all covered. But the camp will be gone probably about the same time this guy dead anyway, so it don't matter. Yeah. Not interested. I don't want her to be a schemer. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll find a way to undo the wisdom hit. I mean, just about all the families could make decent use of it, so let's just do. All right. Yeah, I need to check to see which one is my commander and place them accordingly just so we can end the fight. I mean, it might only amount to one attack faster, but that's less damage we got to take, and that worked for me. I don't like I don't like getting my guys beat up any more than I got to. All right, so let's. Oh, we need to buy. Uh, almost feel like I let that iron problem fester a little too long, but nothing to be done about it now except just fix it. Yeah. But we finally did get a fourth city on the map, and a fifth one on the way. So the lack of free city sites definitely slowing things down, but not insurmountably so. Now we have our first in line. She is a zealot, so if we make him a scholar, they're gonna be butting heads with each other. Okay. I don't want to start a familial civil war if I can help it. All right, which one of these guys has the, yeah. So right here. So that's easy. We just come down here. Oh man, you giant bag of dicks. Hmm. All right, I'm actually going to do that. I'm actually going to come up and end this fool, and then we can all step into forest tiles uh, next turn. So he'll get one shot at full damage, less 20%, 25%, 25%. So yeah, but we only have the one opponent to worry about now, so that works. Uh, Greek chair, yeah, they've got a bunch of them milling around, and I'm not 100% sure why, but I guess the AI. I actually don't know what the algorithm is, how the AI decide what it, what kind of troop it needs next. I don't know what that what that actually looked like. Uh, oh, we only got 5 years to do our worker thing. If we want that, can we worker in 9 years, worker in 5 years? Maybe we can rush it. I would love to get that. That's a super easy one to get. If she hadn't died on us when she did, uh, we definitely not going to enact tyranny in time. Uh, well, we'll see. I think we may be able to. All we got to do is shave one turn off, and we'll have it. So we'll we'll see what we can do. Anyway, um, we got a range of two, so we can park right there and not have to worry about taking a hit. And next turn, this is the guy with the adjacency bonus. So next turn, we'll occupy these two forests with these two, and then this forest with this guy, and we should be okay. Well, he sucks, but I'm not taking the familial hit. I don't know. Should be, right? Like that. Well, have to be next turn. Son of a bitch. Well, and I guess that would have made the difference if I had brought the slinger along. But, ah, well. All right, so the question is, everybody except even Rome, with their one city, is stronger than us. So we definitely can't afford to do other stuff. We got to build troops. We got to build troops. Can we do anything fun with this guy? No, because, uh, well, he'll have developing culture in just a minute. And then is that all we need to build our thing? Culture developing, and don't we need a certain tech? Or is it something on the blurry thing? Is it something on your end or my end? Is there a setting I can tweak or change to help with that? Or okay. Well, I'm gonna sit on the I'm gonna sit on this guy for a minute. I'll just put him out here so I don't forget about him, and we'll we'll see. I'm gonna do a hamlet there, and when it finishes, they'll be road connected, and we'll have an extra 20 gold, which isn't the worst thing, especially since we are currently running a deficit. So yeah, okay. And actually, well, no. All right, we'll just do a quarry, and then we're gonna go to work on that gold mine, so we can solve the money problem. And yeah, we got some gems there, so we got shit we can do to solve for the money problem. We got a guy already working on metals, so that's gonna solve that problem. We get the money sorted out, and we're in pretty good shape. So good. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we're sitting on a great big pile of potential money. We just got to put it to work. And then once we get the settler here, we got silver. So that's even better. Oh, now that's just not polite. That's just not polite. Well, I think we're going to take archery because that will apply to both the archers that we build and to our special unit. So hell yeah, let's do that. Let's. Oh no, we're not gonna have any riots going on. Yeah, and then we're gonna found this city. We're gonna give it to the landowners. 25, 10% versus ranged. Civics production is good. Highland are not going to help us much in the next couple of battles coming up. So we're going to take Shield Bearer. Yeah, that was the UU city, the city where the horses are. So we're going to build our unique units out of that. And yeah, I don't necessarily mind cruel if especially if I've got ways I can offset I think what's a growth hit. But if I can afford to, I usually don't. I usually I try to play the game the way I would actually lead, and I wouldn't let the city burn. So I try to play, like that, if possible. I mean, if I just don't have the money, or if it would, come close to bankrupting the kingdom to do it, rather than the city just gonna have to fucking burn. Uh, but yeah, so I try to basically be a good guy when I can, and when I can't, well, then I can't. But okay, that that says a lot about both of us then, see? All right. I am not gonna have some weak ass cowardly, yeah, screw that. We got to pair her with she's our zealot anyway. So if we pair her with somebody who, I mean, I don't like that he's a schemer. That kind of blows, but he got wisdom and I'll take it. Well, I usually prefer peaceful building economically and diplomacy to fighting. And when if I get to pick and choose, like in a game, like when I go to war, I pick and choose the moment where it's not even really a fight because I've got so many things stacked in my favor. It's basically over before it starts, and that's fine with me because I don't like I don't want messy uh, fights that I could walk away bloody from. I just yeah, I would just as soon 20 to 1 odds and 15 siege engines ready to just blow the doors off the city. We walk in and take it, fight done. Simple. Yeah, but oftentimes the AI doesn't let you uh, pick and choose. You can't wait that long, so you just got to kind of you know take what you get, and that's fine too. I mean, I don't mind it, but usually I wind up in a war that I don't feel like I'm quite ready for because of that. So the first part of the war is kind of a struggle. Yeah, I mean, I like burnishing the economy. I like making the cities work together as a cohesive kingdom. That's kind of my thing. But I'll certainly go kick somebody's ass if they need it. I mean, that's okay. We'll do it. All right, so we got the Temple of Solomon cooking, and that's going to give us an extra 2 VPs, and we'll actually have that done before the first 50 turns is over, so that's cool. And although that took the stone that I was saving for a great ziggurat, which kind of pissed me off, but that's okay. Um, you know, we're getting it. We're getting it. So even though things are progressing a little slower than I would like, and we only got to 4 cities, um, not bad. Not bad so far. Oh no, we got 5 cities. What am I saying? We got 5. Yeah. Okay. But that'll be 6. And we got to get the scout back in action so we can get over here and see what else we got to play with. But yeah, for right now, shit, I think we're doing just fine. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean this is, I think it's pretty much, well, on noble level. I've played enough games now where I feel like victory is basically a foregone conclusion unless some civ jumps me out of the blue, uh, you know, super early. There's just nothing I can do about that because it does take me a while to, the way I like to play and build the economy and stuff first. It does take me a while to get into a position where I can adequately defend myself against that, which is why I like to pull those levers of diplomacy so early in the in the early game because that buys me the time, and that's why I'm so interested in getting like a second generation diplomat leader because that buys me the time to build up the way that I want to build up, and then when I got all the pieces arranged just how I want them, then we can start kicking names and taking ass. But before that, yeah, I like to keep my head down, and if anybody makes a demand, oh yes sir, we'll give you whatever food you want, and then all of a sudden there comes a day where somebody says, oh, you better give us food or we're going to open a can of whoop ass on you, and I'm like, uh, yeah, that'd be a negative on the food, asshole. And then, you know, then we can start. Oh, I could. I mean, yeah, you. If you get jumped early, you, shit, you start with. Well, we started with a warrior, right? So, oh, thank you. Sometimes I forget myself, and but yes. So I'm hoping that this channel will be the redneck army of old world, and that's my hope. I like this event. I like consular tribunes. I mean, they're expensive, but I like them. I like seeing that pop up. What do we got going on here? Oh, we need just a basic. We need like a worker and a garrison. All right, so let's. I was long time ago. I was actually sending my scout this way, and the way the game has progressed, I no longer feel like there's a whole lot of value to be gained in that. So I'm actually going to come over here, and we're going to kind of get eyes on what the Danes are doing, so that we don't walk into this next encampment blind. I think next turn we start by taking this forested hill, see what we can see, and then kind of progress from there. Try to use the river as a little bit of a barrier in case those units above it will stay, kind of stay south of the river, and then make for these hills next and see. Just kind of get a feel for what's here. Now, fortunately, one thing that we do know, I mean, probably there was like four guys over here, just like there was at this camp. So similar battle, but these two units went rogue, and I mean that reduced the unit count from probably this camp, but maybe one from each, just from the way they're set up. So we might only see three units here and three up here, although they're getting close to the point where they would generate another one. So we got to factor that into the equation too. But yeah, we'll check it out next turn. See what's going on. And we got to finish knocking these guys out anyway. So, but we still got what 12 turns left in the first 50 turns video, and I think we can actually accomplish quite a lot in those 12 turns. I mean, we're looking pretty solid. All right. Well, I don't see Dick over here. Let's Yeah, okay. So both of those units look like came from this camp. This camp's actually really lightly defended at the moment. All right, good to know. There'd probably be another unit spawned by the time we kill him, get these guys healed back up. But I mean, so it'll still be 2-on-3 advantage Egypt. That's an easy fight, and we get so. Oh yeah, yeah. And I want to see. We got 2 turns left on. Yeah. So let's see if we can rush these workers. We rush one. Can we? We would need 180. We ain't gonna get that. Well, then I don't know that I want to rush that one either. I'm gonna back that up. Can we like partially rush? Well, it's got to be developing culture anyway, so that ain't gonna help us. All right, so we're just gonna miss that. We're just gonna miss that. But we need the workers anyway. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna have to take the hit then. We need. Uh, oh, it does. Okay, I thought it was the other way, but yeah, I mean, if it works out, that's awesome. We'll get it just under the wire, but we still gonna lose this one. But I mean, that's okay. Nothing we can do about it in any case. So, all right. Is there anything we want to do in terms of? We still don't have metaphysics, so we can't convert families over. Yeah, we can't do shit, and we don't have any money anyway. All right, so let's just cash those in for a little bit of money, and yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Well, now that is true. We will certainly take the food boost. Get our guys healed up and get ready for another round of mayhem. Come up here and now we need to. Oh, well, we'll do some of that. Oh, haha, we did. Let's do it. And if it works out, uh, if it works out, um, the way that the way that you're thinking it will, then we'll be able to snag this one too. And yeah, well, 31 is not. I mean, I'm used to playing Babylon. That was my first favorite civ. You could often get 30, 40 beakers of science a turn in like the first decade of the game. So I'm a little disappointed in it, but for other civs, it's not the worst in the world. I mean, it's halfway decent research, but yeah, the rest of the civs feel like playing in slow motion compared to Babylon tech wise. Anyway, you're used to those techs just coming in pretty much at will, which is awesome. That's one of my favorite things about playing as the Babylonians. You need a tech, just magically it is there. That's fantastic. What do we got? Fourth in line, so she probably not ever gonna see the throne anyway. But let's give her tactics and see if we can turn her into a good general for us down the line. Okay. Well, that's very promising, actually. That's Yeah. So these guys have started to. No, they haven't. Okay. The ranged units have taken one upgrade because they started. Yeah. Well, we are significantly improved over what we started with, and that's a good thing. But yeah. Well, you'll never hear me say, "Man, I just got too many beakers of research." So the more the better. I mean, if we had 300, I'd still be saying, "Let's get more. Let's get more." I mean, faster tech, always faster tech. Yeah. The good thing about it is we won't have to do any extensive road building. Everything's just going to feed off the rivers. So I like that. The bad news is you're right. These are not great city sites. There's just a lot of wide open space. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I care about that. Give me that. Okay. And if we had forestry, we could upgrade some of these guys. I may do some. Yeah. The extra gold uh, definitely pays big dividends, and I mean I will eventually switch. I will eventually switch over to get the unhappiness reduction. But for right now, in the early game, money just seemed like the pragmatic answer. So, okay, well, we can definitely do that. That's kind of the direction we heading in anyway. So, and she's only 47. I think we can probably manage to do something in her lifetime. So, we'll get that sorted. And this one is going to give us 2-5, 2-5, so it's fine. Yeah. Now I think what we're going to do here too is we're going to leverage uh, the Egyptians' farms on a river bonus because the farms will get the 40% bonus for being adjacent to the pasture, and then they get the additional bonus because it's Egypt. So we ought to be able to get some really good production just out of building garden variety farms right there. So that'll be good. You know what? I didn't even I didn't even pay attention to whether we did or not. I think we did there because we got 100. We got 100 legitimacy now. So yes, I believe we did. I'll go back and check the log, and make sure. But yeah, it looks like we did. I got sidetracked too. Okay, what do we need? We need a garrison here, first and foremost. Let's think in terms of defense. Get the garrison up. All right. And I think, I've only got the one order. I'm not real anxious to get off that tile, actually. Oh, yeah, we did. Okay. Yeah, cool. I didn't realize that was even a thing. Control 5 workers. We did. Hey, the Danes converted to our religion. I'm going to take forestry because I was just fussing about not having the lumber to upgrade my stuff. So that'll be helpful. I don't have a spare worker. Well, let's see. Where's this guy? Okay, this guy. Do we have any? Yeah, that was on the last turn, but we got it. That still counts. I like it. Okay, so let's come over here and we can, next turn, we'll cut all of this. Get us some lumber. So we got the economy basically fixed at this point. Some areas of the economy are doing better than others, obviously, uh, looking at you, Stone. But we are not running any deficits anywhere anymore, so that's a good thing. Okay. Understood. Understood. Well, I thank you very much, and thank you for the excellent comments in the Twitch chat. I appreciate both. He can heal in neutral territory, so we can head out. But I don't want to get in a great rush. So let's just take a measured approach. Use the cover of these trees for as long as we can. This guy might come out to meet us, and we can kill him up here in the hills, and then proceed on to the camp. Uh, the camp, which, by the way, will spawn another unit in 3 years. Thanks, man. And thanks for tuning in and joining. Okay, so what do we have? We got 3 orders left. I think I kind of I don't want to venture too far away from here. So I think I'm going to stay in the neighborhood and just keep tabs. I may duck back onto this hill next turn, make sure nothing has changed as we continue our approach this next Danish camp. And I think by the time we get this settler down to this city, we will have enough juice to upgrade at least one of our warriors to spears, and that'll make the next fight that much easier. Because these guys are starting to upgrade now, and that's going to put us at an increasingly large disadvantage unless we follow suit and keep upgrading all forces. So we got to do that. But that's for another turn. We are kind of committed to the current battle, so we will do it, win it, and set ourselves up to upgrade those troops um, soon. Now, I happen to like both of these, but I think I like strict better. So I'm going to take strict. And we should be able to kill this guy in one go. I'm going to surround him, or nearly surround him. Alright, so that's done. And we positioned ourselves so that this unit actually can't hit us. This guy may come for us, but we can probably do the same thing. Position ourselves so we can kill him and not risk any fire from the encampment. Although, notice here that we don't just want to bomb rush the encampment. If we did, we would be making an attack across the river, and that's going to really limit the amount of damage that we do. So ideally, we would want to circle wide around the encampment and come in so that we can occupy these 3 urban tiles. Then we get a defense bonus for standing toe to toe with the encampment, and we are making a cross river attack. So that's the right way to attack this guy, is to come in and approach from the west and occupy all of the most favorable terrain. I mean, they're not a lot to work with here. It's mostly plains, but I mean, at least we do have 3 tiles, which just so happen to be the same number of units that we using on the attack. So that kind of worked for us. Well, no legs. Good luck in your duel, and I appreciate you hanging out and watching this segment of the first 50 turns. And yeah, good luck. Uh, yeah, we're not going to take the legitimacy hit, so sorry. We're not doing that. Now, I do like that. Yeah, we're going to get what we can from chopping over here. And what else we got here? Well, that's not the worst place in the world for a hamlet, so I guess, yeah, okay. I'm basically sold on that idea. All right. Frugal builder or a frugal diplomat? I'm thinking in terms of governor, and I'm seeing a frugal builder as being my better option there. Okay, so somebody will take a hit. Um, but that's okay. All right. And then next turn we will continue to wind our way around with the complication that there will be another unit to contend with, and it's taken all three to score a kill. So we need to try and figure out a way. That might involve moving this guy back this direction, depending on where the unit is and where it goes. So we'll deal with that next turn, but yeah, we will have to deal with that reinforcement that pops out here next turn, and then we can attack the camp proper. So just something we will have to deal with. Not the end of the world though. We get it. All right. So if I just build a regular old farm here, that's worth 12. Man, that is totally worth doing. Yeah, we'll have to pick a new general later. Not surprisingly, Greece has pulled back ahead of us. They've been building wonders and so forth, and we really haven't. Um, but oh, lost the seer. Now that's tough. Okay, wait. Let me. Yeah, so I want to come this way, and then this way, and this way. So that way we are going to be able to get 3 attacks on this guy. 2 of my units are already in better defensive terrain. So we should kill this guy, right? I'm going to do this. We got the flank. I'm going to upgrade him to Swift. Oh, but we're not going to get the kill shot. Okay, so that blows. So next turn, he'll take the kill shot, and these 2 guys go to work on the camp. And then the following turn, we all go to work on the camp. What is our relationship with Babylon? It's already 121. Let's do that. I'll sacrifice some stone to play nice with the Babylonians. That's fine. What do we got here? Uh, we're just going to do a triangle of mines right there. Gotta have to sell some food first. Which fortunately, I am running a surplus of. So that'll work. I believe we just get a little bit more wood out of the deal there and call that done. Okay, so he got the shit beat out of him. Finished the Temple of Solomon, which looked pretty nice, sitting there close to the whatchamacallit, pyramids. Let's go over here and take a look at this first, though. This is troublesome because he can't actually heal in neutral territory, so we're gonna have to pull him off the line. I don't want to, but I'm not gonna risk. one of my units. So while we got him healing, we'll go ahead and find a way to upgrade him to a spearman, and we'll just let these two units beat on the. Yeah, so she's a herbalist, swift herbalist, by the way, and he has no general at all at the moment because the old general retired. Can we upgrade while we're on the move? Yes, we can. Okay, we're going to make her a tactician. And you know what? I am actually thinking I like her better, actually. Yeah, I like her better. She's fourth in line, but I am seriously considering making her my chosen heir because she is a tactician. We put her in charge in the field. She got 3 wisdom, so that's useful. She's younger, so that's useful. The tactician has a cool ability where if she's a leader, we put her in charge of a unit, she can stun whatever she hits. So you just pick out the biggest and most menacing target you're fighting in the field, and that unit is basically done. It can't do a damn thing, and you can just keep hitting it every turn to keep it paralyzed, and then it just can't do shit. So that just gives you a free. You have one less unit, and you just pick the biggest and baddest one you can find. I'm not going to commit to that right this second, but I am seriously considering it. That's pretty awesome. So we'll keep that in mind. Now, there's a thing that says you get, if you leave disciples idle on different shit, you actually get a small bonus. And I took notes, so let me refer back to my notes to see exactly how that works, because this is a case in point. I don't have anything specific for this disciple to do right this second. And if I can get a little bonus for leaving him just kind of sitting there, and that's fine by me. So let's see. Where did I put those notes? Yeah, here we go. If I can get Word to actually show me the damn file, another page. Okay, so an idle but it does not apparently do anything on holy sites. If you have a disciple and he's idle on a monastery of his religion, you get +1 science for that. If you leave the disciple idle on a temple, he gets +5 gold. And if you leave your disciple idle on a cathedral, he gets +1 order. So that's actually super handy, but I don't have any of that shit yet. So yeah, it don't really apply to me, and I don't think I can actually even build any of that, right? Because it requires monasticism or well, I'm still going to leave him idle there. I don't know what it's going to do, if anything, but no point in moving him. So whatever. And I think we're going to go over here and build another mine to get some more of that delicious money in play. I got 3 orders to play around with. Oh, we got a. All right, I will take the risk. And I want research. I want research. So let's see. What do we want here? I want to be able to build axemen. That's what I want. Okay. Found some more Danes, which actually for us means more expansion opportunities. So we are certainly going to take advantage of that. Um, Completing the holy site give us. Oh, here we come. Yeah, beat up on the scout. That's one of the things I love about having a diplomat. Right there. Okay, so let's go heal you up. We're just going to continue knocking the crap out of the camp. Oh, we do have a settler at the ready. Well, good. Get out here. Uh, yeah, we're going to have to. It's telling me to build a lumber mill there, but, oh, well, because this tile is outside the borders. But you know what? Oh, that's only for the landowners, right? And this is the, well, not the landowners. Okay. Do I have another worker somewhere? Yeah, but you're not landowners either. All right, well, we need to get some lumber mills working anyway. So let's just go ahead and do that. And even though that's only 5, let's go ahead and do that one too. That'll give us a positive, will give us a surplus of wood. And then when we get this battle put to bed and we get the settler down here, uh, we can do a little bit more chopping too to raise some wood quickly. And we can go ahead and upgrade all 3 of these guys, and then that'll be a little better suited to the next battle. We're starting to struggle a bit here against guys that are our equal. Um, so yeah, let's. I don't even know how far and wide. Okay, so it's spread to 3 of our 5 cities. Well, that makes it worthwhile. Let's do that. Because the way that works is if we have a state religion and a city has the state's religion, then it just gets a -1 to the unhappiness. So that works for me. It gives us a little kick to slows down the discontent, the increase in discontent. And we got all of our cities connected at the moment. And this city will likewise be, actually the next couple will likewise be connected, so that's handy. I'm sure at some point we will have to road connect something, but we cross that bridge when we get to it, you know. In the meantime, let's hide. Yeah, hide. See, and he upgraded to an elite marauder, so he's stronger too. So we definitely have to upgrade to spears before we take the next fight. But we can do that. I mean, that's no problem. We will have the resources in place by the time we get these guys patched back up. So, yeah. Rome and Greece going at it. Oh man, you giant bag of dicks. Okay. So he pulled the wounded guy out I'm going to go up here and beat on him just so we don't uh, suffer another loss. I may actually pull him back to heal him. This guy's still in pretty good shape. We may, yeah, we may have to just pull back and this guy be fully healed 2 turns from now, and then we can upgrade him to a spear. It's turning into a tougher fight than I wanted it to be, that's for sure. And there's not much of a way I can, really not much of a way I can help things along. I will have a slinger come out of here next turn. It may be worthwhile to bring him over just to provide some light artillery support, I guess you call it. But I don't know. We'll continue to fight and see how it goes. In the meanwhile, I'm going to just focus on improving our specials first, and then I'll see what we need the most and build a triangle or some comparable structure around the appropriate special to bolster our resource counts as we need to. Okay. We may as well just mine all this. I mean, honestly, just, yeah, mine the shit out of it. A bunch of hills here, good adjacency bonuses. Let's just mine it all. And then we ain't got to worry about it. Well, we'll do that momentarily. All right, so let's look. This guy's good but old. Good but younger. Well, good and younger. Awful, not picking. Harmless. Uh, I would prefer someone that gave us a little bit of a growth boost. So let's go with this chickie right here. All right, so that works. We're not moving the settler because, yeah, we're not anywhere close to having that camp under control. I think I will move my slinger out. And we immediately start working on another one to replace it. Oh, Eagle Eye. I love you, Eagle Eye. You know what? Why don't we, no, why don't we not do that? So let's move down to here, and then we can do the promotion. And then we can get a second slinger out here. Now that'd look a whole lot better. And fighting with a one-dimensional attack force, you don't really have a lot of options. You start throwing in some light artillery support and things, all of a sudden you have a pretty versatile force, and I think it's long past time to upgrade our fighting force, and we're finally in a position where we can do that. So let's get it done. Just get it done. Oh, it's a big fucking hit. He must have upgraded again. Yeah, he did. So these are now strength 5 defenders, where we can't keep taking that kind of pounding. Not if he's the only unit there. All right. We're going to pull back. We'll come at him again in a minute. I got to get some shit down here first. But they coming. All right, so we got the plan for some upgrading. So let's do that. No, you're not involved in that process in the least. You are, so why don't you get your ass out here and cut some of this wood like that, right? And then next turn we're gonna cut some more. And yeah, so that's almost enough to upgrade one um, warrior to a spearman. So we'll do some more chopping before we do any upgrading. We'll get enough wood, upgrade a guy, get some more, do another upgrade, and then yeah, so we should have it. We should have it here in the next couple of turns. He'd probably be healed back up by then, and that's fine. We'll just start over right, with our new and improved shit, and that'll be good. All right. So I'm gonna get drama, although I've got the music turned all the way down, so it won't be any audible change. What could we get? We could get 10 food. We don't need food. Never mind. All right, so we do that first. We'll come over here, upgrade to a spear, heal, heal. Hmm. Now he normally got a range of 2, but putting him on the hill here would allow me to strike, increase my range by 1, and he can't hit back. Now we won't do a lot of damage. I mean, because we're going to lose like 60% of our attack strength from firing from that far away. But this guy won't, because he got Eagle Eye. So we can put him on the hill next to him, this hill. He'll still be able to fire, but he'll actually do full damage because he doesn't suffer from the range penalty. So he's actually quite good at sitting back at a distance and taking those long range shots and actually dishing out some pretty decent damage. Oh, I missed my chance. I missed my chance to switch to that tactician. So now we got this kind of shit ruler. Can I? Can I? Uh, now, where's the kid that I liked? This guy, right? No, not him. All right, where's the kid that was? We had somebody who was a tactician, right? Yeah, right here, the Duchess. All right. So can we? We can't make. Well, we don't have any orders, but I wonder if we can just make her the chosen heir and then bow out. I mean, we would lose some legitimacy for doing it, but she is just a much better leader than our zealot. Who, I mean, she's okay, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it. Veneration. That's not my favorite one. Uh, No. Okay, that actually is the one that gives money from the monasteries. Okay. Yeah, we get that for free, so let's do it. Not that we can build monasteries, but I mean, when did it come that we could? Um, we will make good use of that. So yeah, be a good way to get some extra money, and yeah, we'll be in good shape. Carthage, you dick. All right, well, she got an heir, and that's good. We're gonna take this. I don't even know what our relations are like with the families, but yeah. So we're gonna take this, and we're gonna see if we can maybe do a little bit of influencing to. Uh, right. Okay. Uh, hold on a second. My monitor just decided it didn't want to stay on anymore. So let me. And now it's not. Okay. So now it came back on. That was weird. I was just all of a sudden looking at a blank screen. Okay. So we got to continue. Yeah, we need to whatever we got to do to make this thing work. All right. So we want to go here. No, we want to go actually here and do this. And this guy can slide in here and do this. This guy gonna come down here and do some of this. And then next turn, we will add another spearman to the equation. And then the following turn, probably, we will add another spearman or axeman or some damn thing to the equation. Um, but that's for later. For right now, that's about all we can do. So that's about all we're going to do. And I'm just going to build whatever troops I can afford, which is slingers at the moment. And yeah, yeah, so that's it. And again, that goes back to the thing that I've said in other videos. If you've watched other videos of mine, don't get in the habit of buying and selling resources to build the troops that you want to build. Build the troops you can afford to build, and if you don't like your picks, fix your economy. It's a sucker's bet to just go start buying and selling random shit to try and get the troops that you actually want. You mean to say I can't kill that asshole? All right, hang on. We're gonna kill that asshole. I'm sorry to say, we're just gonna do it. We'll upgrade him later. I'm tired of that fight. Tired of that fight. All right, we're gonna. Yeah, she needs all the damn help she can get in the wisdom department. She sucks. So let's just come here. And who we got? Everybody got no. See the sage. That's why the sages are pissed off. All right, so we're gonna do that. It's connected already, so that's a good thing. Minor damage. We can upgrade our last guy in just a minute. We'll get that done. So now what's that give us? Six cities, right? Yeah. So we're running a little bit slower than average because we were only 2 turns away from the 50 turn mark. And normally, if you've been watching the other first 50 turns videos, we usually wind up 7 or 8 cities. And the difference is we didn't have any free city sites, so we had to fight for every city site that we had, except of course for the capital. So that did slow us down a little bit. Yeah, over the course of 50 turns, it amounted to about 1 city site. So we are a little bit behind the curve, I think. But overall, I mean, and who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of turns, and we could have some major new development to report. But I mean, overall, I think we're doing pretty good, right? We got a wonder under our belt. We got a Temple of Solomon built. The economy looks like it's in pretty good shape. I mean, we still weaker than our neighbors naturally, but we're catching up. We're catching up. Now see, we don't have. Can we? We already got a mission active. Well, we're gonna try a trade mission, but I'm not real hopeful about it. But we're gonna try it anyway. Uh, okay, so actually he'll be a zealot, but at least he won't have a negative wisdom. So I can live with that. We'll work on getting his wisdom increased later. So what are we doing here? Yes, well we want a good relationship with Judaism. So, and that's what's driving our good relations with the two families that have switched because this number adds on to if this number was 300, then these guys would be plus 300 happy with us. So whatever this is, that makes them happier. As long as we keep the head of the Jewish faith happy, we keep these guys happy. So in some ways, that does make it a little easier to keep your families, happier if you can get them to switch to and stay with the state religion. Things are kind of smooth sailing. So that's where we are at the moment. So we swimming in money. We got a good surplus of food. We got an okay surplus of iron, small but growing surplus of lumber, and a pretty decent surplus of stone. We're not going to get fuck all to Rome. Sorry to say. Romans can just go have vigorous intercourse with themselves. All right, well, I like it. Everybody's healed up. Next turn we'll general up because we got to reassess the general situation. And then let's start doing some of that now, right? We got some guys we can do that with. So let's see. Okay, so tactician, that she won't get the stunny thing going on, but she's still pretty damn good. And she's sick, but she's young. She get over it. I ain't too worried about that. So, um, minus 10 to defense, but heals in neutral territory. Long as I keep her out of harm's way, I think that'll be all right. That shouldn't be a. You know what? Now, why don't we put? Oh, we can't. You know why? I don't think we can. Um, let's see what we got here. 35, 42. Okay. So I don't necessarily want to do the same unit adjacent thing because they might not always be side by side. It might make more sense in some cases to, especially since one got eagle eye and one doesn't. So I don't necessarily know if I want to be tied down like that. Uh, all right, but that does look pretty good. Okay. So then next turn we'll check out these two guys, see what, if any, leader makes sense for them, and then we'll be ready to strike out toward the next um, Danish encampment. And to that end, I think I kind of want to come back over here. Yeah. Okay, I screwed that up. Yeah. because I want to make sure I could end my turn in the forest. Yeah, that's what I intended. Okay, so we do that. And that only revealed one extra tile. It wasn't like it was super useful, but that's okay. Yeah, let's just do this to improve relations with the families. We need, we need, well, I kind of want a Jewish disciple too, because I want to be able, well, I already got a Jewish disciple that I'm not even fucking using, so why do I want another one? Okay, so we're not doing that. Hmm. And it would take 400 civics. Well, that'll be a while. We're definitely not going. We're definitely not going to worry about that right now. Instead, we will just do some more mining, followed by a little bit more mining, and take care of some other business. Oh, silver mine. Yes, let's do some of that. Okay, so last turn of the first 50 turns of Egypt. I don't think we're going to pass Greece and take first place over again. So that is not in the cards. But overall, I'd say we are in a pretty strong position. What the Greeks doing? Well, we are on good terms with them, so whatever they're doing, then I don't think it's meant for us. We're at war with Rome. Okay, well, they got a gracious lot of guys, though. I don't want to have to. Our little army looks kind of pathetic compared to what they have in the field. Although we are not completely defenseless either. I mean, we got guys, you know, they're just over here doing shit for that we need them to do. Okay, so 49 years old, I think probably a little long in the tooth. Let's see. Do we have anybody else? Well, we got the queen. All right, let's put the queen in the field. What the hell? Okay, so next year we got everybody's generaled up. We got 5 units to fight barbarians. Now this camp going to be a little bit tricky, right, to attack again because we got to keep the river in mind. And this we won't get to this in the obviously the first 50 turn video, but when we pick this game up later, this is what we'll be facing. Um, I will need to actually I'm gonna do this now. Let's send a scout over here, and this is going okay. That was a risk, but worth it because now we know more about what we're looking at. So it we actually have the numerical superiority, right? He's got 4 units. He's gonna have a fifth one in 5 years, but I think the battle will probably be over in 5 years. So this is just wide open killing field for both sides. This is just gonna be nasty. Um, the proper way to approach and attack this camp, especially with, these are all missile troops. So we need to think in terms of scrub and forest, right? Because that's going to mitigate the amount of damage he can do. We also need to think about the locations of these urban tiles. This one don't really help us because if we were sitting on it, yes, we would get a defensive bonus, but we'd have to attack across river. That sucks. This is our prime urban tile right here. That's the one we want. We can get a defensive bonus and we can make a regular attack against the encampment. So this tile is important and this tile is super important because that's the 50% reduction of missile damage. These other tiles are 25%. So the best way to attack this camp would be to put a couple spearmen out here, maybe try to draw a couple of guys towards us, kill them separate from the pack, but send the other spearman, the third spearman, and our two slingers wide around these hills, not too wide because we don't want to draw the attention of these fine upstanding gentlemen. So we come around like this probably, and we cross the river over here away from the camp a little bit, and then we come up on the approach, and then we can take advantage of good cover and finally get our spearman planted on this tile where he can do the most damage. Our slingers sitting back here, the slinger with eagle eye sitting way back and the other slinger sitting closer, and we start dishing out whatever pain we can, but hopefully by the time they've completed that journey, which will take a couple of years, hopefully our two spearmen that sit out here in the plains will have demolished at least one and maybe two of the enemy units and duck back to the borders to heal as needed. I mean, that's fine. But yeah, just making a bone rush straight for this camp, that's a shitty way to attack. That's just, I'm not saying you couldn't do it. It would probably work. You're close to your border, so as guys got wounded, you could, pull them back behind the line, heal them up, send them in, recycle it, whatever. But that's not that's not the best way to attack this camp. The best way is to use terrain to your advantage. It'll take a little longer, sure, but I mean, you can either do it fast or you can do it right, whichever one is best suited to your play style. I like to do it the right way. Fuck fast. I mean, if fast happens, great, but I want to do it right. And so that's the best play, in my view. Anyway, we'll see what the rest of this turn has to offer. And yeah, we're going to take another point of wisdom. Hell yes. Sure. I think I'm just going to leave him there. I'll upgrade him to an axeman later, but right now he's fine where he is, and it's all good. Okay. That actually looked like a pretty good spot for a hamlet. Let's do it. Uh, is that even? Yeah, okay, that's part of the trade network. That worked for me. I think you're good to go right where you are. Uh, yeah, not too interested in moving you either. Nor you. Nor you, for that matter. Now, you, maybe, because we're going to start the journey. Yeah, okay. And then that is that. 50 turns with Egypt, and I think we got off to a strong start, despite the fact that we didn't have any free city sites. So with Egypt, the main thing I would say is pick your wonder. Pick a wonder that will work well with whatever strategy you have in mind. Focus on your economy. You've got to take advantage of Egypt's. Hang on, let me get this out the way here. So Babylon gonna give us training for some food. That's pretty good. Or give us civics for some. But we got a shit ton of training. We could use this civics, so let's do that. Okay, that'll work. We need metaphysics so we can start doing the hey, switch to our religion kind of thing. Okay, so that just take all that out. Okay, so wrap up. Yeah, focus on your economy. Egypt's strengths are mostly economic centered, and you can leverage that by building your economy before you do much of anything else. Now, in the early game, you do have to kind of balance that between, oh, I need, to get my stone production up or whatever, versus shit, I have to take this camp because we have to expand, and I mean, expansion is part of how you grow your economy. So that's a totally legitimate answer. So you do have to kind of do both, um, and it can be a balancing act. But yes, the Egyptian military itself does not have any compelling advantages like the Romans do or the Assyrians do or any of that. So you do have to get a little creative early on and use as many tricks like offensive scouts, offensive settlers, um, and use the terrain to your advantage to win those early victories to give yourself the space to expand while you are building the economy. But if you can do that, then Egypt is a wonderful civ to play. I mean, they just practically play themselves, and especially if you like a peaceful game where you get to do a lot of building up and burnishing your economy and building the wonders. Egypt is your civ because I mean they just naturally suited to that. And I mean if you've watched other um, first 50 turns videos, I don't think we have maybe one other time we have actually built a wonder in the first 50 turns. And here we not only built a wonder, but we also built the holy site, which is like a little mini wonder. So that's the power of Egypt. I mean, they can do that. So that's pretty cool. So that's the first 50 turns of Egypt. I hope that it has been helpful and informative. Shout out to the folks that are going to watch it later on YouTube. Y'all don't know what you're missing. You should come check out the Twitch stream and watch it all unfold live. And I will be back soon with another first 50 turns video. If I'm not mistaken, next up we got Greece. So that'll be coming up in the next stream. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks for tuning in.